तो हेलो गाइस, गुड इवनिंग, वेलकम बैक अगेन। तो इस सेशन में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे सर्कल ना। इन मॉर्निंग वी डिड ट्रायंगल्स कंप्लीट क्वेश्चंस रिविजन्स। नाउ लेट्स स्टार्ट विद सर्कल्स। So I have taken all the important questions for the board exams, and this chapter again, you know, there are few concepts only, right? There are two actually na in major concepts, but there are some variety of questions. So I have taken almost every type of questions here. Let's solve all of them sincerely. तो start करें फिर। चलो फिर एमसीक्यू क्वेश्चन के साथ स्टार्ट करते हैं। यह है पहला क्वेश्चन, सॉल्व कीजिए और आंसर भेजिए चैट में ना। I think by now you might have got the answer, right? It's such an easy question. I think you remember the result also, right? You can use the result, guys, for MCQs, ना। दो चार standard questions है, we'll remember those results because it is possible that the same question they will ask you for 3 marks, 2 marks in descriptive, but it can be there in MCQ also. So what can we remember in this case? A circle is inscribed in a quadrilateral. So we have a quadrilateral and then a circle. So if I assume that the circle is of this type, ये result याद रखना है अपने को ना, and we have to prove it as well. So let's see, this is the circle and then there is a quadrilateral which is circumscribing the circle. So it's like that. It is not necessarily a square, it can be any kind of quadrilateral. So I'm making it random graph. What if they ask you to prove this statement? Prove that if a quadrilateral is inscribed, if a circle is inscribed in a quadrilateral, then sum of the opposite sides are equal. Let's do that question here, na? So let's see, this is A, ये है आपका B, this is C and this is D. These sides are basically tangents. Now I'm just reminding so that later on if the same question comes, you know how to solve, na? तो अगर ये point और ये point, if these 4 points are, let's say, the point of contacts. So do we know that length of tangents are equal? So can we say ये और ये बराबर हो गया? Let's call it x. These and these are equal. Y. This and these are equal. Let's call it z. This is z. और ये w. This will also be w. Now if you find the sum of the opposite side, can you guys tell me, can you see AB plus CD is actually x plus y plus z plus w, and BC plus AD, that is also y plus z plus w, x plus w, right? Clearly they are equal. So please remember this result, na? They might ask you for 2 or even 3 mark question. So just by applying that, we can understand sum of the opposite side. So 8, if I apply this rule for this question, 8 plus AB and CD are opposite is equal to 10 plus 5. So clearly you can see the value of CD is 15 minus 8, 7. Remember this result. That's the only point of this question here, guys. सबका आंसर आ गया क्या? Everyone has to try it. जो भी आंसर आया, send the answer in the chat box. Okay, then let's do the next question now. चलो. And here also in this chapter, don't forget to make the diagram, especially when it is descriptive questions. So there is a circle whose distance and then there is a point P whose distance from the center is given 13, radius is 5, and then obviously we will be able to make two such tangents, right guys? So we have PA and PB as that's very simple, right? This is 5, this is 13, so this has to be 12, and it's a right angle triangle, right? So you can calculate the area of this triangle and then multiply by 2 because both of them are congruent triangles. So half into 12 into 5 into 2, right? Option C. We all are getting it, huh? That's good. Let's do the next question now. Yeah, you might have seen this question multiple times. Just make the right diagram. Even if you have seen those kind of questions earlier, please solve the given question, guys, because just by looking at the question, we cannot be 100% sure that it's the same question. There may be slight change. So don't dare to take that risk. Two concentric circles. Oh, that's good. So एक circle आ गया, and then we have another circle. They have same center, and then we are making a tangent. तो कैसे भी tangent बना दो बच्चों. ये आ गया आपका tangent, which is going to be a chord of the bigger circle. ये आ गया center दोनों का. Radius of one of the circle. ये आ गया आपका A, and ये आएगा B, and this has to be 90. और ये लेंथ बराबर होगा, right? Because when you draw perpendicular from the center, they are bisected, na? So if that is A, this is B, this particular part we can find just by using Pythagoras, right? So root of A square minus B square. But since this is also equal, so answer will be 2 root A square minus B square, right? It's option D. Are we all getting it? सबको ट्राई करना है, आंसर लाना ही है बच्चों, ठीक है? चले फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. हाँ, समटाइम दे गिव यू द वैल्यू ऑफ ए एंड बी ना, ऐसा होता है. सो इफ दे गिव यू वैल्यू अकॉर्डिंगली यू कैन फाइंड ना, कैलकुलेट. चलिए फिर 7th क्वेश्चन. लेट C1 एंड C2 आर द सेंटर्स ऑफ टू सर्कल्स. उनकी रेडियाई क्या है? R1 एंड R2 सच दैट C1 C2 इज ग्रेटर देन R1 R2. हाउ मेनी कॉमन टेंजेंट्स कैन देयर बी? Can we choose the right option without even writing many steps? You don't even have to do so calculation in this case, I think. Are you there, Mukund? So the distance between the center, now if I tell you there are two circles such that the distance between the center is greater than the sum of radii, so can I say they must be circle of this type? They may not be intersecting, right? Because if they are intersecting, then distance between the center must be less than sum of the radii, right? So situation is something of this type. If this is R1, this is R2, this distance is more than sum of the radii. Is that all right? And whenever two circles are not intersecting and one is completely outside the other, चार tangent बनते हैं, right? One is going to be of this type, another will be of this type. These are indirect tangents, right? Then you will have two like that and two like that, no? So that's why there will be four common tangents. The answer will be option D. But in this case, there are scenarios, right? What if I bring two circles like that? This happens whenever distance between the center is equal to sum of radii, R1 plus R2. So there will be three tangents. Then if one and the other is intersecting like that, there will be two tangents. If one is intersecting the other like that internally, then there will be only one common tangent, right? And what is the criteria for this? In this case, C1 C2 will be R1 minus R2. In this case, C1 C2 will be less than R1 plus R2 but greater than R1 minus R2. So instead of memorizing a pura ka pura cheez, logically try to understand. If you make the diagram, from the diagram I think we can clearly tell it, right? Next problem. In this diagram, can you tell the angle QSR? Please do all of these questions very sincerely. Even during the class, if you are not able to complete some of the question, after the class at least you complete it. Okay. Right guys, so first thing is you might be knowing it, na? Since this angle is 90, this is 90, right? So this has to be, na, it's going to be actually 90 plus 90, 180. This plus this should also be 180, right? And then you know that in class 9th you might have learned this theorem. Angle subtended by an arc at the circumference is half of the angle subtended by same at the center. So if this is 120, this must be just 60 degree. Is that all right? There may be more than one way to do this problem though. So the answer has to be option A, 60 degree. Have you understood? In fact, we even remember, right? This angle and this angle are supplementary. We can use that directly in solving the problems. And also remember one point, this point, this point, this point and this point. These 4 points are concyclic as well. So there may be a question where they use the word concyclic. So be comfortable in that part. Even though that's there in 9th standard, but still in 10th they can ask it, na? So be comfortable with the concept of concyclicity. आगे चले भाई, ये एंगल वाले क्वेश्चन तो बहुत ही आसान होते हैं और मजेदार. आई डोंट थिंक एनीवन मेक्स मिस्टेक यूजुअली, ना? लेट्स सी. चलो ये क्वेश्चन करो. Which one is the correct option, guys? Can you tell? TPQ. Yeah, that's such an easy one, right? If this angle is 70, this angle can we calculate because those two has to be equal, right? They are the radius. So you can call it x plus 70 is equal to 180, right? So 2x will be 110. X is 55 degree, and if that is 55 degree, you know that this angle is 90, right? The whole angle is 90. This is 55, so this has to be 90 minus 55, that is 35 degree, right? So option C. This same question sometimes they even ask for 2 mark, guys, na, in descriptive also. So whatever you are doing in this MCQ, you have to write that as, yes, Tanvika, na, concyclic means the points which lies on same circle. And if it is a concyclic, then opposite angles are supplementary and converse is also true. Oh, really? I'm talking about this point. That means you can make a circle, another circle which passes through these 4 points, okay? Concyclic means does there exist a circle which passes through all those 4 points, okay? It is not necessary that it should be part of this circle. No, that's not the case. Clear, guys? I think this question all of you have got it right. Let's move to the next question now. And yeah, please keep asking your confusion in the comment. Now we'll discuss them all. This is the assertion region. Select the right option. If P and PA are tangents to circles whose center is O, then PAOB is cyclic quadrilateral. Oh, the same thing we were talking about, right? So definitely that is true, right? And what about the region? Is that also true? Quickly tell me which option shall we choose here then. Right, so again we have a circle, and from point P, which is outside, we are making the tangents. This is 90, this is 90. So definitely this is a concyclic. These fours are concyclic, right? Or that is concyclic quadrilateral. And then PA square, this is POAB. PA square plus OA square is equal to PO square. This is correct, right? Really, is it related? Both the statements are correct, but they are not related, guys. Okay, so we should mark option B. Option B is actually telling you, since it is a right angle triangle, that's why we are able to use Pythagoras. That's a Pythagoras statement. Yes, Tanvika, I could have told that, no? If it was given that the radius is perpendicular to the tangent, then due to that region, this angle and this angle are 90, and then opposite angles are supplementary. That's right, no? Okay, then let's do the next one. So Samath, don't be in hurry ना, exam में ऐसा नहीं करने का ना, थोड़ा सा सोचने का, and then we will mark the option. All the confusing question when you are getting, take a pause, थोड़ा सा ना, for fraction of second at least, we can just understand the thing and then choose the right option. चले आगे फिर. Okay then, so these were all few MCQ questions. Now let's discuss descriptive questions. Yeah, you might have done this kind of problem as well. There are two circles and then we have tangents. You have to prove that AB is equal to CD. Can you try that? Okay guys, so what you do in this case, obviously diagram has to be made when you are solving it. You have to extend these tangents, okay? Extend it like that, and definitely they might be intersecting. They will be intersecting, right? Because definitely the radius of one of the circle is smaller than the other. If they had the same radius, then they will never intersect. So I am assuming that they are intersecting at this point. Let's call it P. So in the solution, what will you mention? Oh. Extend the tangents AB and CD to intersect at P, right? Yes, Samarth, again I want to clarify that previous doubt. That Pythagoras theorem, no? there were two right angle triangles. So in one of the right angle triangle it was given, right? What about the other right angle triangle, right? So it was only part of one triangle. So that was not sufficient statement to say that region was the explanation. Okay guys, and now can we say here PA is equal to PC, and please mention the region, since length of tangent are equal from an external point, and same region will be even to say PB is equal to PD, and now just subtract them. So we'll get PA minus PB is equal to PC minus PD. It's a 2-mark question. We don't have to write too many steps, but yeah, diagram is important and then writing this. So this is AB is equal to CD. Is that all right? Even the other case, na, they might ask you to prove when two circles are of this type, na, and then they might ask you to prove that these tangents are equal in length. Okay, that also you can answer. Okay, you can just extend these lines, then you can say this length and this length are equal, this length and this length are equal, and then there you will add them. Are you getting? So both the question we must be comfortable. Is that all right? चले आगे फिर, सबको समझ में आ गया? Yeah, this is the first theorem of the chapter which I am expecting you to prove. I know all of you know how to prove. Prove that tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Please do that sincerely. So for proving, the first important thing is we have to make the right diagram. If you want to take in one point this side, you can take that also. Given R, P, Q be a tangent, to prove OP is perpendicular to OQ. Is that all right? Now what you could do here, you just have to use one fact. If you have to find distance, smallest distance or the least distance of a point from a line, then it has to be the shortest distance always lies along perpendicular. Are you getting? That fact we can apply. So what we can do here, let's take any point on this tangent other than P. Let A be a point on QR. Anywhere you can take, either this side you take or you take this side, no? A. Is that all right? Let A be any point on QR. Other than point P. Please try to understand. If I am taking any point other than point P, then can I say O lies That means A must lies outside the circle. And if it lies outside the circle, can I say OA must be greater than OP? That simply means we can say that OP is the least distance of O from the line QR. Explanation can be little bit here or there, guys, but the main point is somewhat proving that the OP is the perpendicular distance, or OP is the least distance. If we are able to prove that OP is the least distance, that directly means it has to be perpendicular. So can I say if A is outside the circle, it's always going to be more than OP. So can I say OP has to be the smallest distance from this line? And if that is the case, OP must be perpendicular to QR. As we know that it's more of theoretical, we know that perpendicular distance is the shortest of a point from a line. Do we understand? Does this statement make sense? Since in past years they have asked question based on this, that's why I have taken here now. Usually they ask it for 2 or even 3 marks. So this is how you can explain it, guys. Clear? 100%? No confusion? You can now prove it by your own as well. Good. Check whether you also have written exactly the same thing. Yeah, little bit here or there it's possible. Now you can write few extra step or few less step. That's fine. You can even take screenshot of this now if you want to refer it after the class. Chaliye bhai. So let's do the next question now. Yeah, second proof. So both the theorems we are basically proving of circle here. Prove that length of tangents drawn from any external point are equal in length. जल्दी से कर लो बच्चों. So again, diagram is very essential and I know you all can do it very easily. So let's take PB a point. And you can apply the previous concept which we did. Now we proved this angle and this angle are 90. You can connect the center to this. Let's call this point A and this point B. Right, this length and this length are equal because they are radius. This is common side in both the triangles and it's a 90 degree, right? So they are congruent triangles by RHS, right? We can say here OP is equal to OP, angle PAO is equal to angle PBO, then we can say OA is equal to OB is equal to radius. Hence, by that we can say triangle PAO is congruent to triangle PBO by RHS criteria, or even you can say AAS. So that simply means PA must be equal to PB. by CPCT. That should be enough. And this is fine, na? This shouldn't give more than 2 marks. But sometimes they ask it for 3 marks also. So if they ask it for 3 marks, explain your answer in little bit more detail if possible. Do not miss any important criteria there. So now just these theorems we are going to solve in coming questions. Now there are more questions where we apply these 2 theorems. चलो भाई चेक कर लो. Did you get the same answer? सबका आया? चलिए फिर. Let's apply this to solve another questions. अच्छा ये तो बहुत आसान क्वेश्चन है, राइट? Since they have asked it multiple times, that's why I have taken it here, ना? तो डायग्राम बनाओ जल्दी से और सॉल्व करो. In fact, in the previous case, you could also remember this, ना? ये वाला याद रखो जो कि आप लोग याद रख भी रहे हो ना. If this is 90 degree, right? This is going to be 90 degree minus theta. If I take this as theta, this will also be 90 degree minus theta, right? And this is theta. That's another way. So ये पूरा angle 2 theta हो गया and this is 180 minus 2 theta. So these angles are always supplementary. So directly use that in MCQs or even in descriptive questions. If it is lengthy, directly you can use the fact this angle and these angles are supplementary. They ask many questions based on this concept. चलो ये वाला करो जल्दी से बच्चों. Two tangents PA and PB are drawn to a circle with center O from an external point P. Prove that this angle is twice of this angle. चले फिर जल्दी जल्दी करते हैं बच्चों. ये है आपका सर्कल, ये है आपका कोई पॉइंट एक्सटर्नल, ये ले लो. Center is, let's see, O here. ये तो 90 degree, we'll assume that, right? Directly you can use the first property. Then we have this point. So they're asking angle APB, right? If I call this point as A, this as B, then they are connecting actually AB like that. Chord AB. APB, APB, this angle, right? So if you want, you can connect it like that. So in the solution, obviously diagram is necessary. We can name, let angle OAB is equal to theta. I'm naming that. Angle OAB. This is theta. Okay guys, can I say this will also be theta? And since we know that this will also be 90 degree, right? So this will be 90 degree minus theta. Or if you don't want to use that fact, since this is theta, this has to be 90 degree minus theta. This is 90, so this has to be theta, right? And even this is theta. But you have to explain that, na? It's a question for 3 marks usually. So we can say angle PAB is equal to 90 degree minus theta. That means angle APO has to be theta using angle sum. Therefore, angle APB is 2 theta, which is 2 times angle OAB. It depends whether they are asking for 2 marks or 3 marks, guys. If they give you 3 marks, you can write more regions of these. But if they give you for 2 marks, I think this is fine. They will give you the full marks if you have explained it like that. Is it all right? I think all of you must have done this particular question before this also, because it's there in NCERT as well. चले फिर आगे. But do all of these questions sincerely. Do not skip even a single one, guys, na? So that we cover all the concepts in this session itself. Let's do few MCQ 3 marks now. I think last year they had asked similar question. Please find the value of this. So there are two concentric circles. So it's, I think, good idea that we connect this point to P, right? Definitely this will be 90 degree and this will be 90. AP is given 15. Radii are 8 and 5, right? So this is 8 and this is 5. They are asking you to find the length BP, right, guys? So by using Pythagoras in this triangle, in triangle OAP, OP square will be OA square plus AP square. Now that's 8 square 64 plus 15 square 225, right? Two, 8, 9, right? So OP is basically 17, you can say. And also in triangle OBP we can apply Pythagoras. So since we need BP, right? So can we say BP square has to be OP square minus OB square. That is 17 square minus 5 square. You can go ahead with A square minus B square identity or calculate it. So 17 plus 5, 22 into 17 minus 5, 12. 11 times 24. So therefore the required length BP is root under 11 into 24. Root 24 can be written as 2 root 6. So 2 root 66. Huh? Are we all getting the same answer? Please verify. And even in this, guys, make the diagram. Na? In your solution, make the diagram a part of it. Are we all getting the answer for this? Please confirm. Okay, very good. Chaliye fir, let's do the next question. Most of the questions are pretty straightforward in this, and there are few standard also, so those will be coming in the next questions. Yeah, please do this as well. Find the angle and send in the chat box, guys. Right, so what you might do here, you can connect this point A to O, right? That's one way to do it. And if that's the case, can we find out this angle, guys? Because total will be 90, na? This is 90, so this has to be 45. Please mention that. And similarly, if I just find this angle, then that's going to be 90 minus 65. Is that 25 degree? Right. And then what you can do, what else? You just connect it like that, guys, to this point. So since this length, this length, this length, they are radius, these angle will be equal. So if this is 45, this should also be 45. This is 25, so this should also be 25. So the total angle, required angle will be 45 plus 25, that is 70 degree. Are we all getting that easily? And I think this was there in the last year's paper only. So that answer is 70 degree. And if you are able to get that 70, sometimes in fact they might ask you this angle as well, right? So if that is 70, this has to be 140 degree. And if that's 140, 150? Yeah, double, right? Then this has to be 40 degree, right? They could ask many more angles in that diagram, right? Do we understand? Can we find all the other angles if they ask? But again, control your, what do we call, enthusiasm here, na? आराम से करना है. Don't make mistake in that. चलो भैया आगे चलते हैं. Then Mukund, you got the answer of this? Now this is another question which you guys might have done at least 2 to 3 times by now, na? So please make the diagram and prove it once again. And one more thing, I expect you to even remember this, guys, because sometimes they even ask MCQ questions based on that. So if we remember the result directly, without wasting any time, we can find the answer in MCQs. Please complete this. स्वराश्री, सारे क्वेश्चंस हो रहे हैं ना हमसे? And one more time I am reminding, when you are making the diagram, guys, please use pencil and ruler. Don't do it with the pen, okay? Let's call this is the triangle A, B and C. And the point of contacts are Q and R respectively. So let's call this point Q and this as R. So we can clearly write this length and this length must be same. Length of tangents, this length and this length must be same, and even this length and this length must be same. Please mention that properly. AQ is equal to AR. Let's call this point, na? It's not required, so still we need, na? Let's call this point D. We have BD is equal to BQ and CD is equal to CR. All of this we are able to write because length of tangents are equal. From an external point to a circle. Are you getting? So now what I am doing, let's calculate this length, guys. AQ plus AR. AQ plus AR. Can I write AQ as AB plus BQ plus AR will be AC plus CR? Is that all right? Now AB I am not disturbing plus this. Since we know that BQ is actually BD, so I am just replacing that by BD plus AC I am not disturbing plus this CR, guys. CR and CD are same. Can I do it like that? Now AB plus AC, and then if I add this BD and CD, BD plus CD, is that the other side length? BC. And left hand side, now this AQ and AR, they are same, so we can say AQ plus AQ is equal to AB plus AC plus BC, which is basically the perimeter. They might ask you also to prove that AQ is half of the perimeter. We'll remember it like that only. So 2AQ is equal to AB plus BC plus CA. AQ is actually half of AB plus BC plus CA, right? And half of sum of the side is also called semi perimeter. So the length AQ and AR, they are basically semi perimeter. Okay, you can remember it like that. S. We remember it so that we can complete MCQ questions in very less time. Are you getting? And if you actually remember few results, it will be easy to solve some questions where we are not so comfortable. And if that concept is used in that concept, in that question, huh? Chale. We all did it like that. Anyone else? Anyone found different method than this? The key point will be same only, but few changes you might make to make it little different looking. At the end, you are going to use the same concept. Length of the tangents from external points are equal. Did we all complete it? चले क्या आ गई? चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. Please learn this properly. If you have any confusion, okay, do not skip this question. It's important one. चलो भाई आगे. Even this is another important question. करो जल्दी से. Okay, so please write the steps properly. This is very easy question though. Since they are parallel, if you want to use this fact, if I call this angle as, let's say, theta, this will also be theta, right? Correct, guys? And the total angle here is 2 theta, right? Can I say this will also be 2 theta then? I think that is very easy method, right? And if that is 2 theta, then the whole thing, it has to be 180 degree minus 2 theta. Can we say that? And if that is 180 minus 2 theta, can I also say this angle and this angle are equal, because this is also again tangent. Again you can make the diagram, guys. ये है आपका 2 tangent, this is the center. So if I join the center, ये angle bisect होता है. And how can we prove that? By proving that these two triangles are congruent. The way we prove that those two lengths of tangents are equal. So 180 minus 2 theta is the total angle. So can I say they will be half of each? What is half of 180 minus 2 theta? 90 degree minus theta है क्या? So if this is 90 minus theta, this is theta. Angle sum property से ये 90 आ जाएगा. So we have solved it in the diagram itself, but आपको क्या करना है? You have to write those things in the steps as well, ना? So if you are solving, then you can name, and this is not the only method guys to solve it. There can be more than that, okay? So what I am doing, let angle OAD is equal to theta. So can we say that has to be same as angle OAB? Is that all right? So from here you can say angle SBA, that has to be 2 theta, na? Why 2 theta? Alternate interior, right? Since they are parallel, so that's why they are alternate interiors. Alternate interior angles. That means angle RBA must be 180 degree minus 2 theta, linear pair. And that means if I need to calculate just angle OBA, it has to be 180 degree minus 2 theta by 2, which is 90 degree minus theta. And now in triangle OAB, angle AOB plus theta plus 90 degree minus theta should be 180. Theta theta gaya. Angle AOB will be 180, 90 you can send that side. So it is 90 degrees. So this is how you have to explain guys. बिल्कुल भी इसी तरीके से लिख देना है ना, and then you are going to get full marks. And diagram will also be the part of the solution. So when you are writing the answer, diagram also should be neatly prepared there, okay, with pencil. Did we all complete this question? It's important guys, na? So take some time. If you have any doubt, you can ask me and complete it, na? I think last year also they had asked this question. चले आगे, लेट्स डू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नाउ. स्वरा समझ में आ गया ना बच्चा? हमें कोई डाउट है क्या किसी भी पॉइंट में आपको? ओके देन चलिए आगे फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में ना. हाँ ये भी क्वेश्चन आपने देखा होगा बहुत बार. Prove that parallelogram circumscribing a circle is a rhombus. डायग्राम बनाइए और बिल्कुल तरीके से लिखिए इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन. प्लीज ट्राई बाय योर ओन. given A, B, C, D is a parallelogram circumscribing the circle. If it is a parallelogram, we know many things, na? And the most important thing is opposite sides are equal. And also, can we use the concept of length of tangents to be equal? Let's call this point, these 4 points of contacts A, B, C and D. The fact is they must be equal. Right? So we'll say that, oh, PQRS, now already ABCD we have used. So we will say that AP is equal to AS. Let's call that again. Let's call this time small a. PB is equal to BQ, small b. CQ is equal to CR, small c. Then DR is equal to DS, that is small d. Why are they saying again? Length of tangents. Length of tangents from external point. Clear? And now we can apply the fact, since it's a parallelogram, so opposite sides are equal, right? Can we say AB is equal to CD? And AB means it has to be A plus B is equal to CD. क्या आ रहा है भाई? C plus D. Is that all right? Also, BC is equal to AD. What was BC? B plus C is equal to A plus D. That's the second information. Guys, there can be other ways to solve as well. No? But I think this is very simple algebraic method. Now, can we add 1 and 2? Add 1 and 2. So, if I add, left hand side we have A plus 2B plus C. Right side we have A plus C plus 2D. You can cancel this A with A, C with C. So, we are ending up with B is equal to D. Right? Therefore, if A is equal to D, can you guys tell me AD? AD was actually C plus D. And if you are talking about AB, that is equal to A plus B. Since B and D are equal, if I put B is equal to D in equation number 1, then can we also say A is equal to C? Using 1. So, clearly that is A plus B. Hence, AD is equal to AB. That means ABCD is a rhombus. Check whether you have understood it completely, guys. Try to do it by your own way. It is possible that you may be getting it little differently, but the final answer should be same only. How many of you have completed it? Did you all finish this question? It's important, guys. Now, even after the class, if you haven't understood it completely, try this. Do not skip this question. It is important. सबका आ गया क्या? Okay, guys, that's good then. Now, let's move to the next question. The point is we should be familiar with the important or standard questions. Now, most likely they will just do some changes to do those standard questions and ask. So that's why we are doing those questions sincerely. Yeah, this is the another important question. If a circle is circumscribed by a quadrilateral, then prove that angles subtended by opposite sides at the center is supplementary. Make the diagram and do it properly. I think this is not lengthy question at all. So similar concept based, there are so many questions, right? Quadrilateral circumscribing a circle, that based there are lot of questions and we have done many of them right now itself ना. तो एक बार फिर से कर ले भाई, कोई भी quadrilateral है that we don't know, बना लेते हैं अच्छे से diagram. Let's see, it is here. A, B, C and D. Let's tell this is the center. So what are they trying to tell you to prove, guys? Connect those like this, right? To prove, yeah, what's given that also you should write, but I'm not writing here. But in your final answer you should write, to prove angle AOB plus angle COD is 180 degree. And you can easily understand, if this plus this is 180, automatically this plus this will be 180. But when you write the solution, please mention even that part, no? Right? So what we will do here, guys, we know that it's a tangent, right? This is a tangent. So this angle and this angle must be equal, right? So can I call it A by 2? This is B by 2. This is C by 2. Why that is equal, that you should mention, no? And this is D by 2. So if I ask you to find angle AOB plus angle COD, angle sum property we can apply. So it is actually 180 degree minus A by 2 plus B by 2. That's angle AOB. Similarly, angle COD will be 180 degree minus C by 2 plus D by 2. The only extra concept we have to apply here is, in a quadrilateral, sum of all the angle is 360, right? That we know. So it's going to be A plus B plus C plus D by 2. Just replace A plus B plus C plus D by 360 degree by 2. And please mention that, since we know that in quadrilateral all angle adds up to 360. So this is 360 degree minus 180 is equal to 180. Are you getting? Hence proved. In fact, that line, another line, angle BOC plus angle AOD will be 360 minus sum of these. So if sum of this is 180, then automatically the other will also be 180, right? That we understood. But if it's a 3-mark question, then we must mention all of those points. If it is a 5-mark question, then our explanation should be even better, so that there is no chance that they can think of even deducting even half marks. Are we all clear with this concept? No, Tanvika, we don't need to prove that. We just need to mention that. Okay. The theorem we can mention simply. चले आगे. Yeah, I think there was a question based on this concept in case study last year. Even if it is not a right angle triangle, after the class what you can try, find the in radius, the radius of the circle inscribed in a triangle, even if it is not a right angle. In this case it's a right angle, so it's even easier, guys. Please solve it sincerely. Tanvika, even for 5 marks, you don't need to prove that. Now you can use it directly. Unless they mention. In fact, if it is a 5-mark question, they might ask you to prove both the things. If they mention, then we should prove, otherwise we can use that statement directly. चले जल्दी से बच्चों आगे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट करें हम लोग. A, B, C are the sides of a triangle where C is the hypotenuse. तो ये आप right angle triangle बना लो. This is right angled and then there is a circle inscribed. So we can inscribe the circle like that. There will be a center somewhere. Let's call it here. O is the center. Can we join that? If I join, do we know this angle is 90 and this is also 90? And this is basically the radius and this is also radius. So can we tell anything about this quadrilateral, guys? Is it a square? And radius is given R. So can I name this as R? This is R. So in the diagram itself we can finish it, no? ये हो गया आपका A, B and C. Let's see. So if from here to here it is R, let's call this side A, this side B. So can you guys tell me these lengths? ये आ जाएगा आपका total B minus R. This will be A minus R, correct? And this length are equal. So from the point of contact, can I say this should be also A minus R? This should also be B minus R. And the total length from here to here, it is given C. So I think in the diagram itself we completed it, right? C will be A minus R plus B minus R. Bring that 2R to the left side, we got A plus B minus C. So R is A plus B minus C by 2. But whatever I have written in the diagram, please mention them in the solution. And that will be the answer, guys. No need to do anything extra. I hope we understood. Now, if we are able to solve it in the diagram, then same thing we can represent here also. Na? You just mention those points here. What's given, what to prove, those 2 points are necessary in every question, descriptive ones. Have we all understood? सबका आंसर आ रहा है क्या ये? So whenever they ask you inscribed circle in a right angle triangle, apply this rule. This will give you the answer fastest. Though there can be other way to solve this, na? You know that if it is not a right angle triangle, then what you do? You just divide it into many triangles. Now if I take the center is this, right? This is how you do. Area of this triangle plus area of this triangle plus area of this triangle will be equal to area of the complete triangle. That concept also we should know. In fact, we have, I think, some question after this question. Huh? There are some. Did we all get the answer of this? Chale aage? Even we are comfortable with this concept, right? Yeah, this is another easy question. Think how to solve it. Okay. So this angle is given 120 BAC. So if total is 120, then can I say this will be equal to 60? And now if you want, you can draw perpendicular like that. Now this is 90 degree. So I think for this question, guys, trigonometry may help you directly. Now you can apply trigonometry. There will not be any condition if they don't tell anything. So can we use trigonometric ratio definition in triangle AOC? Even in the other triangle, same rule will be applied, right? Because these two triangles are similar only, right? BA and AC are equal. Which trigonometric ratio shall we apply? Let's call it R. I am trying to find AC in terms of R. So opposite, and this is the hypotenuse, right? AO is this length. So if we apply cos 60 degree, cos 60 degree in this right angle triangle will be AC upon OA. 1/2 is equal to AC upon OA. OA is basically 2 times AC. Also we know AB is equal to AC, right? Therefore BA plus OA, we can write here AC plus AC. AC we do not disturb, but this AC can be written as AB, right, from here. And please mention here now why we are writing. Since length of tangent from external point, now using 1, hence proved. Does it make sense? You can try to make even better solution if possible. check करो क्या इससे अच्छा solution ला पा रहे हैं हम. In this particular type of question, guys, where you think that they have not given much information but they have given one of the angle, you can use trigonometry in that to solve the question quickly. Okay, are we getting it? सारे questions हो पा रहे हैं सबसे? चलिए जल्दी जल्दी करते हैं फिर बाकी क्वेश्चन ना। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन 25th, ओ 5 mark question. Please read the question and make the diagram, and it's a usual question which you all must have done. So you can try it for some time and then we'll discuss it together. Triangle ABC is drawn to circumscribe a circle of radius 4. It's the standard question. I did not even change the number, right? तो ये है आपका एक triangle and then there is a circle inscribed. आराम से करते हैं ना, बट थोड़ा सा जल्दी भी. A B C touches the side BC at D. चलो यहाँ पे बोल देते हैं यहाँ पे D such that BD is 8. ये है आपका 8 and this is 6. This length and this length will be equal, so that is 6. Diagram बढ़िया से बनाना बच्चों. This is also 8. Are you getting? And we know that this length and this length are equal. You don't even have to mention, right? In this particular one, guys, why they are equal. Now we can understand because other major part is there in the solution. चले solve करते हैं फिर. Radius is given ना, so we can make center somewhere O and these lengths are there. ये तीनों radius हैं. They are 4 each. We need AB and AC, right? So if we are able to find this length somehow, then game is over ना. So if you want, you can name it X or Y. चलो इस बार Y लेते हैं ना, बहुत बार हमने X ले लिया. So in the solution, please mention ना, क्या बोल रहे हैं? Let EF ना, AF is equal to AE is equal to Y. And the length is given in centimeter, so why we are taking in centimeter. चलो फिर. So what do we do in the diagram? Connect the center with vertices and then make 3 triangles. We can find the area of this triangle by 2 methods, right? One by Heron's formula and another by adding up those 3 areas of the triangle ना. So can we say area of यही part ना, they are giving 5 marks because there is some calculation. So patiently we need to do, guys. आराम से अभी हम कर लेते हैं ना. This should be the final time that we have done this question. In exam it is possible, if they ask they might just change the number ना. तो area of triangle ABC I am finding it 1, right? It's same as area of triangle BOC plus area of triangle COA plus area of triangle AOB. If I add these 3 area, we'll get the area of the triangle. Are we all getting it? सब कर रहे हैं ना साथ में? ये हो गया आपका half times. This is the height of the triangle ना, तो ये हो गया 4 and then base is 14 ना, plus half into यहाँ पे भी 4 हो गया बच्चे, into y plus 6 plus half into इधर भी हाइट 4 है into y plus 8. चलो दो 28 plus 2y plus 12 plus 2y plus 16. तो ये आ रहा है आपका 4y plus 56. So that is 4 times y plus 14। चलते हैं थोड़ा आगे, राइट। Also, if I ask you the sides, then BC in Heron's formula, side BC is represented by small a. So please use those letters. ये हो गया, B is y plus 6 and C is y plus 8. So if I have to find out the area using Heron's formula, it's a plus c by 2. ऐड करो सारे तो 2y plus 28 upon 2, that is y plus 14. So area of triangle ABC, if I apply Heron's formula, ये लिख लो फॉर्मूला एक बार, s minus a, s minus b and s minus c. Without wasting any time, we just put the values and simplify. करें, s कितना है आपका y plus 14, s minus a, इसमें से सब्ट्रैक्ट करो a को, तो इज इट y, s minus b, will it be just 8, and then this minus this will be just 6. Is that all right? So when you simplify that, 8 into 6, 48. 48 basically is 4 root 3. So is it 4 root 3y times y plus 14? So both of these are actually the area of the same triangle, na? So can we equate? We shall, right? ये हो गया आपका 1 2. From 1 and 2, ये हो गया 4 times y plus 14 is equal to 4 times root 3y times y plus 14. We can cancel it and then whatever is left we can square. So we get y plus 14 square. ये बिल्कुल हर एक बार आपने ऐसे ही सॉल्व किया होगा ना, एक कैंसिल कर देते हैं हम लोग y, बिकॉज y कैन नॉट बी माइनस 14, और जो बचा बच्चे y प्लस 14 इज इक्वल टू 3y. याद नहीं रखना है आंसर, ठीक है, बिकॉज इन एग्जाम इट इज पॉसिबल दे विल चेंज द वैल्यू एंड आस्क. सो वी कैन मेक द कंक्लूजन लाइन AC is 6 plus 7 13 and AB is 7 plus 8 15 centimeter. Unit is must. Please check if we are getting the same answer. No, you all must be. Just check your calculation and give some time if you have not finished yet. You will get the right answer only, guys. These are procedural question, but please go through, learn them. अब 2-3 दिन की तो बात है, राइट, उसके बाद फिर से ये सब चीजें थोड़े सीखोगे, बट हाँ आगे भी यूज होगा बच्चा ना. Whatever you are learning in class 10th, if you know those concepts, then in 11th you can do very well compared to other people. Many people collapse in 11th. Drastic change happens. But if you have grasp over these all concept of 10th, usually you will be able to do much better. Check if we all got the same answer. How many of you have got the answer by your own, guys? Is it done? Shall we do the next question now, guys? Yeah, Tanvika, na, but y plus 14 cannot be negative, right? If we do not cancel, y will be minus 14. That's obviously a solution which should be rejected, right? So whenever question comes related to length or something, na, you could cancel them directly. In no case they will cut any marks if you don't cancel, or if you cancel there, na, they will give you the marks. So that is not a very significant step actually by considering the question. चले आगे, फिर नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन करते हैं बच्चों. This is another question where I think you have to use Pythagoras theorem multiple times. Please try this. Diagram बनाओ अच्छे से आप लोग. PQ is a chord of length 8 centimeter of a circle of radius 5. So इस बार उन्होंने ऐसा बोला है ना, there is a circle. Usual question ही है. The tangents at P and Q intersect at point T. So there are 2 points. Let's call them P and Q. और दोनों पे जो टेंजेंट है बच्चे वो टी पे इंटरसेक्ट कर रहे हैं इस बार ना. तो डायग्राम बना लेते हैं जैसा बोल रहा है वो. देन ऑब्वियसली विल हैव सेंटर, इट्स गिवन O. तो दोनों को कनेक्ट कर लें ऐसा. दैट विल बी 90 डिग्री ऑब्वियसली. एंड दे हैव गिवन लेंथ ऑफ द कॉर्ड गाइस. तो ये आ गया आपका ऐसा. दैट्स गिवन 8, राइट. टोटल इज 8, दिस इज 5. So we can understand when we connect this point, it's going to be a 90 degree, right? Is that all right? Yeah, that's right now. But when situation is there, when it's not 0, then we can cancel it now to reach to the answer little quick. ठीक है? Okay guys. So this length will be equal. They will be 4 each, right? Question is to find length PT, right? Length PT and length TQ will be equal only. So since this is 90 degree, if you can name this point PQ, let's take it as S, no? In the solution we can mention along with the diagram OS will be root under 25 minus 16, that is 3. Okay guys, if you remember na, today I think in the morning only this kind of question had came, right? If I apply that, in case if it is MCQ question or other type na, you know this is 3, right? If I call this as x guys, then the theorem was this square, PS square is equal to TS into SO, right, or OS, right? But instead of applying that directly, since it is a descriptive question, you can use Pythagoras in this triangle and the bigger triangle, or try to apply similarity. That will be a better choice guys, okay? So what can we do? All of you pay attention. Most of the people prefer Pythagoras here, but if you do it by similarity, the calculation will be little better. Are you getting? But yeah, practice by both, okay? After the class, you can try by using Pythagoras as well. So what I am doing, okay, I am just naming that point now. Or if you don't want to name, that's also okay. If I call this angle, let's see, theta, this will be 90 degree minus theta, and this will be theta guys, right? So can we say these two triangles, small triangles, are similar? And this obviously will be 90 degree minus theta. Just mention that directly, na? Triangle PTS is similar to triangle P was theta, so it is O, T was 90 minus theta, OPS. So sides must be proportional. Please try by using similarity. Even if you are not comfortable, do it more than once so that you know it, because that way you are going to save some time. तो ये हो गया आपका PT. PT is opposite to 90 degree, right? In this triangle and opposite to 90 it is OP is equal to, let's take this one now, PS. PS is opposite to 90 minus theta, so it will be OS. Correct bhai? So PT we have to calculate now. Do we know OP? 5 PS कितना है भाई 4 and then OS is 3 that we calculated from here. So इससे actually PT का वैल्यू बड़ा ही डायरेक्ट आ गया, राइट? 20/3 centimeter. Please check whether you also are getting the same answer, guys. And after the class, all of you please try this same question using Pythagoras, okay? You will get the same answer, but you will have an idea, na, which method is more suitable, or in case if we are not able to observe the similarity, are we able to complete the question? It's like having a plan B. Okay, Mukund, is it done? Did you try it using similarity or Pythagoras से use कर रहे थे तुम? How many of you were trying Pythagoras theorem in this? Yeah, that's great, na? If you're using similarity, definitely you are trying to find a smart method, na? And we do try. Sometimes it's not possible, that's fine, but we should never stop trying the simplest method. So, did you all reach to the final answer, guys? Shall we discuss the next question now? आगे आंसर सबका? Okay, so I'm assuming you have finished it, but even after the class, if you have not done, you can take some time and solve it, guys. ठीक है? चलो फिर next question. Yeah, tell me how do we solve this problem? This is something similar to the previous question only, right? क्या क्या दिया हुआ भाई? It's similar to the previous question, but they have given additional information about the area of the triangle. If you apply the area of the triangle, can we do it quickly? So try to use how can we find the side using the area. Other method already you know, na? We discussed one question just before this, na? Using Heron's formula. So if they give you the area, I think it's much easier, right? I think this is how it helps. You can just connect the points like that, and then these are 6, right? So again, this is 18, this is 18, this is 12, this is x, right? So they have given area of triangle ABC. I don't think they will give you the area in exam, na, because they have given additional information. Without having the area, still we can find out that length, na? So area of triangle ABC क्या होगा? Half times 6 times 18 plus 12, 30, plus area of that triangle half times 6 times x plus 18 plus half times 6 times x plus 12, और एरिया की जगह पे कितना डाल दे भाई? 216. तो आंसर तो 2-3 स्टेप में भी आ गया, राइट? तो ये अपन सिंप्लीफाई करें, सो 2 3 वी गॉट 90 प्लस कैंसिल देम, सो 3x प्लस 54 2 3, ये हो गया 3x प्लस 36. सो राइट हैंड साइड वी आर गेटिंग 90 प्लस 54 प्लस 36 इज अगेन 90 plus 90 180 plus 6x. So when you bring that to this side, it's 36 is equal to 6x, no? So x is equal to 6. If x is 6, then side AC will be 18 plus 6 24, and AB will be 12 plus 6 18. Are we understanding how we have to apply the area? सबको समझ में आ गया क्यों एरिया दिया था, और एरिया दिया तो क्वेश्चन और भी आसान बन गया क्या? चलिए फिर लेट्स डू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ना. Since this question is not completely new, so that's why we did solve it so quick. Chalo, so this is the last question guys na. Let's do the case study question and that's all in this chapter. Please read the question and write the steps properly. So the first part is such an easy question, right? The number of common tangents. How many common tangents do we have in this scenario? क्या आंसर आ रहा है सबका? Right, so there will be 3 ना, एक इधर हो जाएगा, एक इधर हो जाएगा, and then 1 will be here. So 3. Find the side's length of the square which circumscribes the circle whose radius is 6 centimeters. Find the side length of a square which circumscribes the circle whose radius is 6 centimeter. So that question is not completely related to this guys, okay? You can do it separately now. So for the second part, you can make the diagram. Right, it's like that. Radius is 6. So can I say the side length will be diameter? So it will be 12. Such an easy question. Now the next question is find the value of px plus yq. Px is actually this length, right? So for that, what shall we do? Shall we find the complete length? Because this is 90 degree. Radius है आपका 6, right? So if this is 8, this is 6. It's actually forming a Pythagoras triplet, right? That will be 10. And if that is 10, ये यहाँ से यहाँ तक 6 है, तो this will be 4, right guys? Explain that properly ना, do not skip. Next क्या है? Similarly to the right hand side, ये है 3, ये है 4. So can I say from here to here it has to be 5, and the radius is 4. So from here to here it has to be just 1. Therefore px plus y cube will be 4 plus 1, 5 centimeter. So we completed all the parts of this case based question. सबका आ गया क्या इसका आंसर? So try those few questions where you could not reach to the final answer guys in that time na, because I give you less time. So after the class you can try, and these were the all standard questions from this chapter. You can practice few more questions from our website. It's given na, around 15 to 20 questions from each chapter. So you can solve them, see the solutions, and I think if you are able to do those questions, then it should be enough preparation, okay? And again, tomorrow is another important day. Tomorrow we will discuss trigonometry in the morning session, and in the evening session applications of trigonometry. So please revise trigonometry for tomorrow's class and then join on time. Now we'll discuss those important questions. Okay guys, then आज के लिए इतना है. That's all. You may leave the meeting now. Bye.